So it's a peaceful, cloudless morning on the farm here. Pen's just driven to town with the dogs. We're out of fish food. This morning we fed them some packets of ramen instead. I think they've eaten it. Yeah, it's all gone, so they must have eaten it. So it's 9 AM. All we've done so far is water the trees. And we got the well turned on to replenish the water in the pond. Looks like we're going to get a spell of extra hot weather over the next few days. Today's going to be 36 degrees. So it's pretty hot already, 9 in the morning. So down the front section there, all those trees have been pruned now. And now I've started on this side, done the first 3 rows yesterday. These trees are only 1 year old, so I'm not pruning them properly. Just giving them like a quick one. Very simply, just going around and looking at the branches and going, is that too long and too thin? And if it is, just snip it back a little bit. Just don't want any of the branches snapping in the wind or something like that. So let's go for a walk down the back of the farm. I don't go down there too often. I'm always doing something at that end. I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why I really like Bitcoin, or the idea of cryptocurrency in general. So Bitcoin's come down quite a lot in the last day or two. I think it's down around 20% or so. Now, that doesn't bother me because I kind of believe in the idea. So if it does come down back to 40,000, I'll probably buy a little bit more. If it comes to 30,000, 25,000, I'll probably buy a little bit more, that sort of thing. That's my personal plan. So in preparation for that, I tried to move a little bit of money from a bank account in the UK over to the coin exchange to buy a little bit of Bitcoin. And as is the case more often than not, my bank in the UK blocked the transaction. The transaction hasn't got through, so I'm currently not prepared to make the purchase if I want to. For me, that's extremely typical of banks in the UK. I've tried 3 different ones over the last few years. It's all the same. Whenever I'm trying to buy something, they constantly block my account, and this could easily turn into a massive rant, so I'll stop that there. But that's the first reason I want to give you why I really like Bitcoin, because it cuts out banks who I really don't like. It means I can send money wherever I want to whoever I want to, without someone stopping it or blocking my transactions, that sort of thing. So this is the back section of the farm here. We've got about 50 trees down the back here. And there's another neighbour in here. We don't know the people who live in here. Pen says that she doesn't want to talk, so I don't think I've even ever seen them. I've never seen them. I don't know what they look like. So another reason why I really like Bitcoin, and one of the reasons why I'm keen to leave the United Kingdom. It's a huge, complicated subject, but I'll just sum it up by saying, and hopefully you'll follow me, is government funny money inflating asset prices. You don't get any interest in the bank. Inflation is eroding your cash, and property, houses, apartments, flats, that's one of the places that's sucking up all this excess money. It's driving all the property prices higher. So government funny money is turning people's housing and really that's people's lives. It's turning people's lives into some sort of speculative market, and I'm absolutely opposed to it. So in my opinion, Bitcoin or its successor, I don't know that it will be Bitcoin, it will be a cryptocurrency of some sort, is the silver bullet that will pop that bubble that should not exist in property and housing, because it gives people somewhere to put their money that's safe from inflation. Prices of housing is, for many people, unattainable. I think the quality of housing is in the UK is just going down. Houses are getting smaller and smaller, and Bitcoin or Bitcoin's successor, another cryptocurrency, is the antidote to this problem. It's just have a quick look in these palm trees. I'll show you what they're doing in the back here. So these palm oil things, they're easy to grow, they grow themselves, but they turn into these massive things that are really difficult to get them out. So it costs a lot of money to get these things out. So what they're doing back here is gradually, sort of one by one, knocking them down a bit. I'm not sure how they're doing it. It might be weed killer of some sort, I'm not sure. And in their place, they're planting other little trees. So I think that there is a new rambutan tree. And they've got a little durian here and a few more over here. So if they had the cash, they'd knock it all down in one swoop like me and Penn did and just plant all new trees. If they wanted to sell this place and I had the money, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. But this land has been in their family, you know, since their grandparents. So I don't know, probably well over 100 years at least. So even if I did have enough money to buy it, I don't think them selling it is on the cards. So anyway, I can dream about it. You can see all the wet patches on the floor from where we've been watering the trees. They'll dry up pretty soon. Some people criticise Thailand because they don't allow foreigners to own property, or own land rather. You can't own land as a foreigner in Thailand. But I wholeheartedly applaud that decision. I think that's the way that it should be. If foreigners were able to buy land in Thailand, the Chinese would be here buying everything. Prices would be flying up, and the local Thai people who are comparatively less well off would be priced out of their own market. I think that's enough ranting for today, maybe. I could make loads and loads of rant videos. But it's too easy. I could go on all day about all sorts of things. It's too easy. I just wanted to talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency again because I do think it's important. And I'm not trying to persuade you, the viewer, to run out and buy any. But I would persuade you to go and look into it and research everything you can about it, because it is very interesting technology and it will change the world. And I think, personally, I think it will change the world for the better in the long term. Too long, too thin. So this farm in here is their family land. It's been in their family, I don't know, 100 years, maybe more. I've got to go in here in the shade. My phone keeps cutting out, it's too hot. That farm we went to the other day up in the mountains, right? They can live there intergenerationally. They've been there for 40 years and it was that lady's parents before that, right? So I don't know how long they've had it in their family. The Thai government actively seeks to keep the land in the possession of Thai citizens. Where I come from in the UK, it's the complete opposite. They don't want anyone owning the land. The land is all owned by rich people, royalty. Oh, it's so blue, that pond. I want my pond to be like that. It might have a soothing effect on my mood. To those kids that we saw living on that farm, remember the little girl doing the dance? Well, she'll grow up and she'll probably go to university. Maybe she doesn't want to be a farmer and she'll strike out on her own. But whatever happens, she'll always have somewhere to go back to. That family will always have that farm. It will never be sold to Chinese investors. Too long, too thin. Look, Penn's batting out. Maybe I'll stop ranting.
Wow! Now it's fatty.
Bungbung's getting fat. He's turning into a big black sausage. And the pork sausage. I have to keep my eye on Gorgy a bit today because this is like the hottest day so far for him as a, you know, adult sized dog. I finished this row of trees. I went all the way down to the back think it's about 20 trees or something like that. Probably going to keep going with that job for the next few days, just till it's all done. I'll go and do some more this afternoon. There's all that section to do down there as well. Sometimes when I make these videos, I go off on a tangent and I start ranting about something. Almost always I cut it out of the edit and it doesn't make it onto YouTube because I think it's too negative and it's too ranty and people don't want to see that. And to be honest, it's not really what I want this channel to be about. I want this channel, at least for now, to be about just simple everyday stuff. But I think perhaps on this occasion I'm going to make an exception and I am going to put this up on YouTube. For two reasons. It will let you, the viewers, know more about me and who I am and where I'm coming from. I think some of you are going to like what I say and identify with it. And some of you are going to not like what I say and it will put some of you off. But that's okay. I think that's okay. My job here isn't to please everyone. It's to make the videos that I want to make about whatever I want to make them about. And through that process, I will find my audience, if that makes sense. And the second reason I think I'm going to put this up on YouTube is because, well, I really believe what I'm saying. I think everything I'm saying is true. I think that people are being robbed of their lives and their country by their own governments in many places. Just feeding the fish. Made Gorgy a little fort in here. He seems to like it. I don't know why Bungbung likes sleeping out in the sun like that.
Only little bit.
Let's put the fan on for him.